Welcome to the Football Friends podcast. It's your boy Gage, and I'm joined by Paddy and Ash. How you guys doing?
Hello.
G'day.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
good. You good, Ash?
No, I'm pretty horrible.
Oh, well,
But I'm doing well.
you're doing your best.
Yeah, I'm doing well. But I'm just a bad person, you know.
I've met you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that your words.
Yeah.
All right.
You're a bad person, but you're still the best of three.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get stuck into it. We've had a pretty intense last match day for the Premier League. It was very hyped.
Ooh.
There was a lot riding on it, and yeah, so we might as well start with the title race. And I'll direct this directly at you, Paddy. How are you feeling after that one?
As always, I'm just happy to be here. Now for real, I don't know if I've ever felt so shit after winning a football game. It's God, there are so many things I could say. One of the most gutting things is we were never leading on the day, like we never led the table because of the way that City took their lead on the 81st minute and we took ours on the 85th.
Really? Was it that late? God.
Yeah. So it never actually ended up being us on top of the table. And I couldn't tell you how it happened. It could just be, a crossing of wires. But at some point, in Anfield, you could hear a massive cheer when nothing was happening during our game, and then 10 seconds later you'd hear Aston Villa have scored, and that obviously happened twice, and then it happened for a third time after we took the lead, and it was just someone pulling someone's leg.
Yeah.
Someone pulled the wool over our eyes.
Isn't that the best part of final day football, though?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so we were up at 3 a.m. to watch all these matches, and yeah, after Villa went ahead, we were both just like, oh my god, like it's actually like happening. The prophecy. And
yeah, the prophecy is being fulfilled.
and even your boy Felipe Coutinho was involved as well too. Like it can't get more prophetic. Like everything was lining up. But
started prophetic and it ended pathetic.
And then Villa goes up 2-0 and we're just like, holy shit, like this for real. But then City just condense all of their quality football into a 5-minute period and win 3-2.
The moment that they scored the first, honestly, my head dropped. I was like, they're gonna win.
I know what you mean. I had the same feeling. I was like, here we go. This is the comeback.
I'm still gutted. I'm still thinking about it now. But when I go to sleep, the voice of the commentator rings in my head and it goes, and they've pulled back the second one. This time it's Rodri. It's like, oh no.
And killer goals too. Like, yeah.
Rodri's in particular was a great strike.
Yeah. And
you must have known deep down they were going to win, though. Like,
well, yeah. I knew deep down they were going to win.
Yeah.
Not when Villa went 2-0 up.
Yeah.
I was
really?
No, honestly, no. And watching their game back, I don't know if it was a Gerrard tactical switch or the players sort of took it upon themselves, or it just sort of happened naturally. But you could see Villa kind of give the initiative away. So playing the way they did earned them their lead. They were defending well. and counter-attacking well. And that's basically how they scored the 2 goals.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden they were very much camped in their half after that. And it took, 5 or 6 minutes before Man City scored.
Well, we've said this before too. The worst tactic you can play against City is trying to sit deep. It just doesn't work because their tactic involves being in your half anyway. So
even if there's only 20 minutes on the clock, you will concede 3 goals.
Yeah. And yeah, what a win! They didn't quite score 100 goals. I believe it was 99 in the end.
Piss poor.
Yeah, I know. They didn't deserve it at all.
If anything, they should have the league taken off them.
Yeah.
Give it to someone else.
Like who? Give it to Newcastle.
Give it to I don't know. Give it to Brighton.
Give it to Leeds.
Oh,
Leeds look like they won the league. Bloody hell.
Yeah, like Everton. Like when Everton didn't get relegated.
give it to Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, him escaping punishment, that's an accomplishment in its own.
He kicks who he wants.
He kicks what he wants.
Yeah, at the Crystal Palace match, after the game, when Vieira was sort of talking to the fans, they were singing at him, he kicks who he wants. Patrick Vieira, he kicks who he wants. Amazing.
Oh, man. That's awesome. All right, but yeah, we're getting a little ahead anyway. I suppose we might as well talk about Spurs now, because it was Spurs and Arsenal were both fighting for this 4th position for Champions League qualification. And, both teams managed to score 5 goals.
Banked it. Can we jump back to Jack Grealish being absolutely wasted on the Man City bus real quick?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
It was an absolute beautiful scene. It was life. And I think his quote was, I'm not going to do the accent, but I think the quote was...
Please do. It's not fun unless you do the accent.
All right. Look, I'm absolutely delighted to have won the title for the first time, but I'd like to thank Bernardo Silva for coming off in the 70th minute because he was well not up to it today.
Oh man.
Okay, maybe don't do the accent next time.
Well, I was about 80 miles off the bloody pace.
That's funny because
Get Grealish.
That's funny you say that because he talks shit about Mahrez as well. Did you see this one?
Yeah, I did.
He said like he's like, come on, Mahrez has been playing like Almiron lately. You got to like put me on or something. And then the stats came out, and it turns out like Grealish had played like 250 more minutes than Almiron, and his record was like no better. So 100 mil well spent.
What you're saying is next year, Grealish to Newcastle?
Oh, maybe.
He'll go where the money's at, so don't worry about that.
Well, he's going to have even more competition for play time with their transfers. So yeah. All right.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Anything else you want to say before we go to Spurs?
Congrats, Man City, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. Congrats. Pepper's insane coach, no doubt. Yeah, total Premier League legend.
Yeah. If I was a neutral in that situation, watching Pep celebrate that 3rd goal would have warmed my heart. But I'm not, and it made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, Ash. So yeah, how do you feel about that? Qualifying for Champions League after, a killer management from Conte. I gotta say, very impressive.
it's the bare minimum we have to do to keep Conte and Harry Kane.
I was just thinking that after watching this Heung-min Son highlight video, is that I don't think Harry Kane would want to leave now. The chance.
No, if we have Champions League football, I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah, and you have a world-class coach as well, and he would be leaving literally the strongest partnership in the league. So
yes,
I don't know if he would. I don't know if there's another player who he would gel with that well, or like why even risk it.
Yeah, exactly. You could go anywhere else and not have that connection with your other forward partners. So, unless he was going to Madrid or something like that, I can't see him moving to United. I can't see him moving to Chelsea. He's not going to City, unless they want to play 4-4-2.
Oh, amazing!
Well,
yeah, wouldn't it be great?
Well, I mean, they actually have two strikers coming in. It's not just Haaland; they've also got Julian Alvarez as well.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, they're overloaded now.
So he's not going there. Yeah, no, there was I didn't watch it at 3. I got up at about 7 to watch it. I watched on delayed. But yeah, we looked all over them right from the get go. It's Norwich, so
yeah.
If Conte didn't win, we knew what was going to happen. Literally, if he didn't win that, he would have got the sack.
I think every single team who've lost to Norwich this year, they've sacked their coach like in the following 2 weeks. This isn't just a joke that we're making, but it is amazing.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do in the summer now. We have to reinforce to play Champions League. Our squad isn't big enough or strong enough to compete on that level. So we need to change that.
I think your first 11's strong enough.
Yeah, well, we've confirmed Kulishevsky and Ramiro as permanent signings now.
Nice.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Is Bentancur going to stay?
He already was. He's
already permanent.
Oh, okay. Well,
right from the get-go, he was a permanent. So,
yeah. Good.
So that's a good start. So we'll lock those two down. We still need a few people, and like I say, Arsenal also scored 5, but we just had a better goal differential and we had the extra couple of points on them. So
yeah, and I suppose since you're saying you just want reinforcements, that's where I think, oh come on, it's got to be Eriksen, man. The return, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I don't really see. I mean, unless he has another heart attack, I don't really see how that could go
wrong.
So horribly wrong for Spurs because
well, the only thing would be Conte wants to play double six.
Well, sure, but
he could still play. He could still play off the right or off the left.
Well, he could still play a squad role.
That way you still have. That way you still have Son and Kane going ahead of him. So if the game needed a creative spark, you can always throw him in there.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a goal, you're not going to keep going with double six for the last 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use somebody like him. So it makes sense.
Also at his age and his he's still a recovering athlete. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Athlete, not addict.
No, he's not a recovering addict. Addicted to assists, maybe. He's not going to be first choice. He's not part of the starting 11 if he arrives at Spurs tomorrow. But he will be used as an experienced player, a player who knows the club, knows a lot of the players who are already there. And I think it'll be a free transfer, won't it?
It will be.
Yeah.
And there's
Can't go wrong.
you also keep that feel good transfer like that. A feel good
Yeah.
factor is always a
good.
good boost as well.
Mm.
Not
That's
only are you back in Champions League, you bring back a known player, a liked player. So that can always help.
Mm.
Yeah, obviously the Spurs game was rubbing, but obviously Son getting his 2 goals that he tried very hard to get in the first half and just wouldn't come off for him. And then when he scored the first one, it was like 2 minutes later he scores the second. He's
Both good goals as well.
yeah. Oh, and just Lucas Moura after he scored the second, just picking him up. The smallest
Lucas-
man in the squad picks Son up.
Lucas Moura's assist was Bergkamp-esque.
Oh,
It was
right.
beautiful.
Mm.
Like he nutmegged his own body.
Yeah, he just I don't know how he does it. Lucas Moura is just a spaghetti footballer. Yeah. You just don't know which way it's gonna go. He can twist, he can turn. Yeah.
And so
Just makes it, just dribbles like nothing else, just yeah.
So yeah, and after those 2 goals, of course, that meant Heung-min Son won the Golden Boot, tied with Mo Salah, of course. But then so I had a feeling that we might have an argument over this, Paddy. But
let's go.
Who do you think deserves it to be considered the winner? Because we have Heung-min Son, who scored all those goals. I can't remember what number it is. Sorry.
I think it's 23.
23 goals, and Son did it with no penalties at all.
Okay.
However,
What?
Salah did have more assists.
Okay. Assist is completely out the window. It's not an assist doing competition.
Oh, right. Well, it's Son then. Sweet. Case closed. Thank you.
Wrong.
See, I thought that's the angle you were going to take. And
No, absolutely not. That's never been. That's always been my position. Assists are not goals. But what the Golden Boot is quantifying is your effectiveness as a goal scorer, as a striker, basically.
Mhm.
So the best thing to do, in my mind, is divide it by minutes, for which Salah played less.
Did he?
If you want to give it to only one person, it should be Mohamed Salah. Penalties are goals.
That's true, but I mean, there is definitely there's always this argument that like goals from open play are, slightly better.
Well, okay.
That's what I was
Should we take away Filippo Inzaghi's golden boots because he never scored from further away than 4 yards?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest.
But I mean, those are from open play.
So that's literally a third of the distance that Salah's kicking it, and there's no goalkeeper in the way.
But I mean, it's not a dead ball.
No, it's not. But
Do you think
lots of players.
Do you think it's easier to strike a dead ball or a ball that's moving?
I mean, if you're asking me to take penalties against Premier League goalkeepers, I'm not doing it. Different players are good at both, or good at neither, or good at only one. Right? Like James Ward-Prowse is. Like it's a particular facet of his game that he's good at dead ball play.
Yeah,
but nothing else.
Well,
but that's I disagree. But that's it's a particular facet of his game that's inflated.
Yeah, but then I can't help but think that. Son isn't the one selected to take the penalties. So if he had of, he would have scored like 30 goals.
Well, what have he missed?
I don't think he would.
I don't think he would.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. You don't.
I think he would score more penalties than Salah would.
You don't think he would miss? Okay. Well, what if?
I
Well,
think he would score if you put him and Salah on the penalty spot and said kick until you miss. I think Salah would miss first.
who's in goal?
No one.
So basically, it's just
Inzaghi.
stamina. It's
Inzaghi.
just Filippo Inzaghi. Yeah, right. Fair enough.
But the
Yeah,
real
wait.
trick is the goal's only 4 foot wide.
Yeah.
And
That's all Inzaghi works
Well,
in.
other thing too is, I mean, Salah only played less minutes because he was off on international duty and so on. And
Yeah, and if he hadn't been, he would have scored 5 more goals.
well, possibly, because what I was about to lead into was
He shouldn't have played the last game. Anyway.
he did have a really long dry patch.
Yep, he did. He had a long spell where I think the only goal in the Premier League he scored was a penalty against Brighton. And
not even from open play. Oh,
no, not from. Oh God,
what a bad striker!
God, take away our cups already.
Do you reckon you should count the all-time leading goal scorers by that as well? Then Gage penalties don't count. Like it has to be open play goals.
Well, I'd be very interested to see how that changes things. I'm not completely disrespecting penalty taking. It's difficult. I know, but
You are.
I mean,
Son's
not scoring goals from 4 yards.
Does that mean Chelsea didn't score any goals from open play? Because all their goals came from the penalty spot.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes has never scored.
Yeah, unironically true.
Anyway, Son deserves it because he's just the happier player.
I would just say that I think Son had a better season overall.
I don't think that's unfair. I think he was more consistent. Like
Yes.
Salah had it. Salah was sparkling in the first half of the season, and then not that in the second half. Whereas Son was really good throughout all.
Well, there's some argument to make too about how Spurs weren't off to the greatest start, and so Liverpool had more stronger results where Salah wasn't scoring, and Spurs had a few more worse results where Son was consistent.
Yeah, look, this could go forever and ever. I think if you want to say that more than one person can win the Golden Boot, fine. I don't agree. I think it should be taken by the goals that you score divided by the minutes that you play, because that is a objective measure of how effective you were as a goal scorer during the season.
So
penalties are goals, so they count. Assists are not goals, so they do not count.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, it is.
So then, do you have to have a different trophy or different award for most assists?
Yeah.
And also, if that's true, what does that trophy look like? Obviously, Golden Boot is a Golden Boot.
What does the assist trophy look
like?
like?
The golden shin pad or something? That'd be for the most tackles or something.
Well,
yeah.
Doesn't the golden? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
The golden toe or something. You can't score without a toe.
Golden ball.
No, that's
golden ball's always been best player. But
yeah, true.
I think the assist one is just called Playmaker Award.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's just like a PlayStation controller.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's
Salah
just
gets given
golden platter.
It's a golden PlayStation.
No, it's a golden platter or a golden spoon, silver spoon. Yeah, how about that? You win the silver spoon.
Silver spoon. Now that should be given to the second relegated team.
No, it should be given to Jack Grealish.
The golden tongue. All right. Okay. So shall we move on then?
Yes.
Next we got. I suppose the next thing was Manchester United
Oh,
fighting
shame.
for Europa League. Well, we were lucky. We were very lucky to not, to be in Europa League, really, with Arsenal, because Brighton. Oh my god, they beat us 4-0 in the last game, so pretty bitter about that, but totally forgiven. thank,
Oh, really?
thank God for Brighton. And I messaged you while we were watching the games, and I said I should have just rooted for Brighton the whole time, right? It would have been a better strategy just to root for Brighton and ensure that they win rather than rely
Y-
on Man U to win.
Yeah. 'Cause to be honest, mate, you should have just supported Brighton.
Yeah, right from the start.
I, look,
Change your team next season.
I-
Support Brighton.
no, I can't change now. That's even worse.
Why not?
I would
Why not?
respect
Most
you.
other-
I would respect you
other-
more. I would
Exactly. Most other United fans jump ship, so why can't you?
No, I'm not. See, I'm at least I'm not a fake fan. That's
Yeah.
well, so
Getting
yeah,
fake is fun.
it was Rolf Rangnick's last game in charge of Manchester United, and it was pretty dismal. I gotta say, the Zaha goal was assisted by Bruno Fernandes,
Oof.
who from the halfway line, I don't know, tried to do a back pass to De Gea, like in a big looping. It was I don't know what he was trying to do, and either way, it just sort of landed straight at Zaha, and I mean he turned Diego Dallo into spaghetti, and then he just scored like an easy as goal, and
I mean, Diego Dallo is spaghetti.
yeah, I mean. Well, that's the thing. If if it was Wan-Bissaka, man, he probably wouldn't have scored. He would have tackled the shit out of Zaha.
Yeah,
but
probably.
yeah, so Diego Dallo is not a good defensive fullback, but that's the way Rangnick wanted to play, and honestly, it was just weak sauce the whole game. There was like, we didn't have Ronaldo for one. That's always tough. We got Cavani his first game after being off for a while, so Cavani did come close as well to scoring, and so did there were we had chances, but
there were moments.
Yeah, they just weren't converted. Yeah, just sort of disappointing. Sort of symbolizes the season pretty well, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so that ends up being the worst season on record in the Premier League since it became the Premier League.
Yep.
So not good. I mean, that was going to happen either way, even if we won. But yeah, so lucky to be in Europe for that reason. West Ham probably deserved it, to be honest.
Well, you would have been in Europe regardless. Just which one?
Yeah, at least rather be second tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then of course, Ten Hag was there in attendance, and he was probably not happy with what he saw. So at least now he's skipped his holiday and so on, and he's just getting straight into it. And this is our this is we can only go up from that, really. So at least that's how you kind of take a positive out of this. Well, Ten Hag's I watched his first interview, and he points out that the same squad, and even including all the players that leave aside from Pogba, they came second. It was a second place team. And it was a very good defensive team. Who have then decided
it wasn't a second place team though.
Well, I mean it was we were second that season, and the season before we were third. So we definitely have the talent to be a Champions League team. I mean, just the thing is, in the Premier League, there is six teams that are Champions League level, and like I said, if all these same players, if we're playing in the Italian league, the German league, French league, we're in the Champions League, man. We are. It's just the competition in the Premier League is like no other.
That's true. That's for certain.
So yeah, obviously, yeah, a lot of work to be done, but we've hired a good manager, so that's one of the most important parts.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things that's going to happen now is not only just hiring a talented coach, which he obviously is, but he needs to be given what Klopp and Guardiola are given. Like, it's just let him be the club. Let him, let him, whatever it is he wants to do, let him control transfers. Let him control how the training is going. Let him control who the dinner ladies are if he wants to. If he thinks that'll help his players go from 6th to 4th, that's what he should be given.
Yeah, one he has already had an impact in that regard in terms of restructuring the training ground. So one thing they've done is they've built a five-a-side pitch. So, and the idea is to get everyone so comfortable with ball at the feet, close, real close kind of football. And when I think about it, yeah, we definitely need that because what I haven't seen for a while is us taking players on. We lost this Rashford getting in behind, skinning people and all this kind of stuff.
But you also don't retain the ball well either.
Well, that's it.
It's so much turnover, whether it's you guys losing it. It's just there's no consistency with possession.
Rangnick wanted to turn us into a passing team when passing is our worst attribute.
Yeah, because all you players are shit.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Pretty harsh.
Yeah, totally harsh. But yeah. Anyway, that's one good thing I like. I already like that idea. That's cool. And yeah, and I think there's a bunch of players that will happily play under Ten Hag. Because before he was at Ajax, he was the coach for the under-23s at Bayern Munich. So a lot of the young guys, a lot of the guys at Bayern Munich will probably know him very well too. He's got connections, so hopefully we can attract some good players.
Yeah, you would certainly think so, and a couple of old Ajax players are front and center on the list.
Yeah, and of course, yeah. Well, we'll get into the transfers later, I guess.
Yeah.
So in that, yeah, I'm keen to move on anyway. So the last thing we have to talk about for this match day is, of course, the relegation battle, and I believe all three of us predicted that Leeds would go down, but
yes,
it only took one win, and they won when it mattered. And unfortunately,
and they scored in the 94th minute and went absolutely fucking ballistic.
And yeah, Burnley relegated as a result of this.
What a shame! What a shame!
And
I thought Burnley could do it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Leeds conceded like 75 goals, which is pretty absurd.
This tells you one thing: it's that conceding, I think it was 79 Premier League goals is enough to keep you safe.
and because Burnley did no way near conceded that many, but the way it works is that you are favoured. It's more favoured to win games, and Burnley are a team that struggle to score, and that was after they sold their starting striker too. So it was probably due for them to go.
And they sacked their defensive minded coach. So hey, they could have drawn that last game of the season and been safe.
Yeah.
Not if Leeds won though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mathematically, no.
But also,
yeah. Dyche deserved to be there till the end. If you went down at the end of the season, then you sack him.
Yeah.
They got beat by Norwich though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but Norwich are also shit. So
Well, I
Yeah,
suppose
but it's the rule.
one thing I suppose is, this Leeds team performed much better the last season. They were actually quite a very good team last season. So in a way, I suppose they didn't really deserve to be as far down as they were.
I don't think so. If you see they're missing players and for how long,
Yeah,
it's basically like the core of their team for half of the season. I think
yeah,
Patrick Bamford missed 26 games.
he barely featured at all. So, and he was their top goal scorer, and and a really really high. He scored a lot of goals. So,
Yeah,
gonna miss that. Yeah. So Leeds
didn't
stay
even
up.
take that many penalties.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame because I would have loved nothing more than to ransack Leeds for all their players, but there's not really anyone at Burnley I want.
Well, here's a thing. Leeds and Man United have a substantial rivalry that, I know Dan James crossed that, but
It's happened a couple times, but
it's not common.
well,
It's really not common.
I mean, a good example is Calvin Phillips. He would fit in. He's kind of the profile that we are looking for. English defensive
Yes.
midfielder, great. But he basically already said not going to happen. I'm not. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want the fans to hate me forever. So
Yeah, and fair enough.
Mm.
I think my favourite part about the Leeds game in particular was so Brentford equalised on 78 through Sergi Canos, and then a minute he got booked for his celebration, and then a minute later he got booked for taking a Leeds player down on the line, and second yellow card. So goal, yellow card, red card, space of about 2 minutes. Amazing.
yeah, classic. See, you you if your first yellow is for a celebration or removing your shirt or something, best behavior, my man. Like you can't. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any closing thoughts on the matchday 38?
I just want to touch on, so if you were to award coach of the season, who would it go to?
Well, it's got to be Pep Guardiola, doesn't it?
Is there an argument for Eddie Howe?
To me, you've got to coach the whole season.
Okay, so
that's my opinion.
I mean,
yeah,
but
I just had to ask: is there an argument for it?
yes,
Because
there,
the turnaround he made with that squad with only like two signings was pretty major.
yeah,
100%.
extremely good.
Yeah,
So
and he plays cool football.
He's definitely in it.
Well, that would have been my second choice until Paddy introduced this rule.
Well, the thing is that I'm just stating how I would judge it personally.
It has to be Guardiola. They won. If you're going over the whole season, which team got the most points?
Yeah. City.
City win. So City win manager of the
I mean,
season.
Guardiola's getting near.
Golden point. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. It doesn't matter how many assists you make, whether they're open play goals or from the penalty spot. City won more points, therefore Guardiola wins manager of the season.
You'd have to say so, but yeah, the
what? That's
the only person I would want to give a shout out to is, and I've forgotten his name right now, the coach of Wolves.
Oh, Bruno Lage.
Yeah, honestly, he fantastic. He came in and didn't disrupt the style of the team in any way. He sort of he understood the team really well and just kept them at the level that they should be. They didn't drop at all with a new coach, and that's after how influential the what was his name? Nuno. How and it's after how influential Nuno was. You would think maybe you'd drop off a little after that, but not at all.
Yeah. I'd like to. I mean, I don't think that league position is absolutely everything in West Frank.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm good.
What?
Okay, considered.
No, I cannot agree.
No way.
Because league position means everything. Yes, 100% it does.
How about
No, well, like,
Golden boot. Golden boot doesn't mean shit.
yeah, but
what?
but the thing is, if you have totally trash players and you perform really well, that's more on the coach, right?
So
And this is Brentford's first season.
Therefore, my shout for Newcastle to turn it around in the second half of the season is that not a better achievement than anyone else in that league?
I think Newcastle. I think Eddie Howe is completely legitimate, but my only issue with it is that he didn't start at the start of the season.
He still achieved more in half a season than anyone else did.
Okay, well, let's give our own award to him.
Okay, we're going to make
it
Eddie Howe Golden
Dorito.
The Golden Magpie Award, or the Golden Oil Drum. That's what we're going to call it. The Golden Oil Drum.
Golden iPad. No, how about David Moyes? David Moyes.
Yeah. Okay. They are Moisinho.
Yeah.
Killer season, and I mean, yeah, West Ham. Well, they have what's considered a really good squad now. He turned those players into that level, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
And and he did. It was the same last season, so the consistency is there too.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think simply saying, "Oh, Jurgen and Pep are at the top of the league. Let's give it to one of them." No, I don't think it works like that. Personally, I'm glad you guys agree.
The thing is, though, I feel like Pep is on still another level. Like that, they still scored 100 goals and and so on.
No.
No, almost. Yeah,
they only scored 99.
Yeah, and Pep's a Premier League legend. He's it's honestly he's up there with Alex Ferguson now. You sort of got to. He's getting there at least.
Yes, I mean, in terms of longevity and ability, nobody will be able to top Ferguson unless they never leave.
Well, that's it. If Pep carries on, he will.
But I don't think he will. I think he's going to do another season and probably finish.
Oh, also, yeah.
PSG.
Oh God.
PSG.
PSG, 100%. He's going to PSG at the end of next season.
What a waste.
His only requirement is he'll only play at teams that break financial fair play rules.
Well, he'll only leave once they win the Champions League.
Oh, he's not leaving.
Yeah. Well, he still hasn't won that. That's true.
Not with City.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Shall we move on?
Yes. Let us move.
So what we have.
So wait. Who won? Coach of the season.
Golden iPad.
In reality, it was Klopp.
No, I don't care about reality. I mean,
really?
What we decide on?
I suppose.
What did we decide on? Eddie Howe.
Yeah. Actually, no. To be honest, it probably should be Klopp. I mean, 2 trophies already, and still another one.
If we just talk about the
award.
Yeah, is it though?
Is it not? Or is it an FA award?
I think it might be an FA award. Which in that case, it's probably kind of fair enough. 2 finals and missing out on the league by 1 point. It's about as close as you can get to perfection.
Okay, so Eddie Howe wins it. Cool, move on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Eddie Howe.
Fair enough.
All right,
Eddie,
right.
how you doing?
Okay. Moving on. So we're gonna now jump to the Italian league, which was, I think, the only other one that wasn't decided already. All the others have
In
been.
about February.
Yeah. So it went right down to the last day, and it was between both Milans, and this time it has gone to Milan, the non Inter Milan.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's interesting. Like Juventus has sort of been taken from their top spot for the last couple seasons, and
Yeah.
it's the trophy remains in Milan, and
Yeah. Just crossed over the city a little bit.
yeah, and I tried to look this up, but I couldn't remember what it was. It's their first title in quite a while, from what I understand, too. Right?
11 years.
11 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, killer, and they've been solid as team. You know, just as uh best goalkeeper in Europe leaves, they replace him with an unbelievable goalkeeper who is, you know,
Well, that's where I was going to go. Like, they missed Donnarumma. They missed out on keeping Donnarumma, and they signed Mike Maignan, who
mm,
has just gone and won the league for Lille, and with the most clean sheets, joined Milan and kept the most clean sheets with them, and won the league.
what a record!
Amazing.
What a
This
record!
guy, this guy's got to go to the World Cup with France.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, totally.
Is what their second choice goalkeeper?
Well, he's
As striker.
look,
Okay.
Lloris has definitely still got it. I can't deny that. But yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Maignan is absolutely due a consideration after these last two seasons. Unreal.
I think this is Lloris's international swan song. So yes.
Yeah. It's and look, it's happening at perfectly the right time when someone is there ready to take over. So
yeah,
and man, and honestly, they did play incredibly well. They have AC Milan have a super solid squad, and of course, one of these members. Well, I mean, they've recycled so many players too, and you know, one of the biggest ones being Zlatan, who celebrated
Well,
in audacious style.
in the way that only he can. I'm
By
pretty sure in the last league win, he was at the club.
what? Sorry, what do you mean?
So in 2011, when Milan won the league,
Oh, really?
Ibrahimovic was there,
Oh,
and then he went to, he went to PSG, Man U, LA Galaxy, and then back to Milan
yeah.
and won the league again.
Yeah, and yeah, I particularly loved his celebration.
Oh, amazing!
He pulled out, you know, a magnum bottle of champagne and then sprayed all of the fans around the outside of the tunnel and all over
Beautiful.
himself and everything. And then, you know, it was lit up a massive stogie cigar on the pitch and smoked a cigar on the pitch. That's pretty cool. I mean, how much more mafia boss do you get than that?
He looks like one as well. What I love about that is you can do a cigar, but if you walked onto the pitch with like a pack of fags, you you couldn't do it.
Well,
he did. He did it with 10 others.
well, actually,
Stop it.
someone else did it too.
Hey.
You know, another player that did it just recently was Marcus Rojo. He smoked a cigarette on the pitch after winning.
Did that feel good for you guys?
Well, the joke was like when Ronaldo came to Man U and everyone, you know, quit eating dessert and stuff like that. Apparently he was really upset about that. And he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." So he goes and like eats an ice cream and smokes a cigarette on the pitch or some shit.
Yeah, I'm team Rojo on this.
He's United's best defender, so why not?
Oh, come on. How dare you? Or but yeah, killer, amazing. And of course another old player that was sort of underappreciated, scored 2 goals in this game, Olivier Giroud. And after this,
What a career!
yeah, I mean, he just keeps going, man. Everyone seems to sort of deny him, including France. I mean, he's just been snubbed for the international break.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously Benzema is the first choice, no doubt, but I'm surprised that Giroud is not there, not involved in some way.
yeah. You know, France, they have a wealth of options all over the pitch, and I just imagine they're probably. I mean, I want to imagine they're looking to the future, so they probably can't pick too many 34-year-olds.
The only thing with that though is when he has played for France, he's been good, and
He's been good. Yeah, I agree.
Because he is. I mean, I suppose one of the issues is he is an old style footballer, and because of that, he provides a different. He's got a different aspect to his game than anyone else.
Yeah,
because he's incredibly good in the air, and I mean Benzema is too actually when you think about it, but Giroud is probably one of the best in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell without a full explanation from the coach.
Yeah.
But
well, okay, I have a couple other points. One was so their third striker, Rafael Leao. He has now
played well.
Oh man, this is probably one of his main breakthrough seasons, and he did accredit a lot of this to working with Ibrahimovic as well. In fact, he was asked in an interview like, "Who's your idol? Who's your what football idols do you look up to and stuff?" And he said like, "Oh, Ronaldo or stuff," and then he said, "And I'll have to add, Ibrahimovic, because if I don't, he will kick my ass in the changing room after this." And so he's got a valuation of 120 mil now, and I believe Real Madrid are sniffing around.
Yeah.
And then lastly, they have another popular player for the podcast is Frank the Tank Kessie,
Frankles,
who's
on his way to Barcelona, isn't he?
Well, his contract is up, so he's a free agent at the moment, and yeah, everyone is speculating that he will go to Barcelona, which is ruthless.
Yes, it is. Shall we hit the next point?
Yeah, well, so this is another Italian team. They're not winning the league, but it's at Roma. We have our everyone's favorite, the special one, Jose Mourinho in charge.
Yeah,
and
a legitimate reason for Mourinho watch.
Yeah, brilliant. And I think they finished about 6th in the league or something like that. However,
6th place.
They had an incredibly good run in the Europa Conference League, and in full Mourinho style, he won another European tournament.
Yeah, the first man to win all 3 European competitions.
True. And this is
isn't he 5 for 5 from European competition finals?
Goodness me,
unreal. Yeah, he's 5 European trophies. Yeah,
he's been in 5 finals, won all 5.
Pretty good.
But they say he's special for a reason.
Yeah, and well, this was Roma's first European trophy in 60 years.
Goodness.
And he has just said that even if he gets an offer from a big club, he's not going anywhere. He said he said Roma's like as one of his a team where he's felt most comfortable for in recent years.
Well, look, hopefully he's feeling comfortable and he's ready to go completely fucking mental next season, and we'll just get the best quotes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, undeniable, man. His decisiveness in finals is incredible, and to go with that is the awesome story of Zaniolo, who scored the winner in this game, and it was a great goal, on chest.
Yeah, great chip.
Yeah, chested down and then chips the goalkeeper like ruthless. And this is after, he recovered from not one but two ACL injuries. He'd done one in each knee in consecutive seasons.
That's that sucks.
Yeah, that's about as bad luck as it can get. And there you go. Then he's there scoring this winner against Feyenoord to send them straight into Europa League.
Yeah.
Now,
So
on that note, I've written this little comment here. I was like, what do you guys think about this? Like, normally you win this tournament and you can qualify for Europa League, which, most people would probably do in the league anyway. What do you think about winning the Conference League and you go into Champions League?
Technically, you're a champion.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I think at the very least you should go into the qualifying stage of the Champions League. How about
Yeah,
that?
why not? Why not?
You still have to play your way into it, but if you don't, you end up in the Europa League.
Yeah.
You should be in the Champions League, but not in pot one.
No, yeah, you should. Yeah,
Yeah.
You should be in the qualifying stage. I think. Would you agree with that? So it's in between.
Good compromise.
Roma would have a realistic chance of winning through the Europa League, the Champions League playoffs to get into the group stages.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But also could come up against a hard team and end up in Europa League. So,
yeah, why not?
So,
yeah, get what they would get anyway.
Yeah.
So I think at least give them a chance to play for that.
Yeah, I think it should be like that.
It's an interesting concept. I don't mind it.
I wouldn't mind either way if they made it into the Champions League. It would be it'd be just better for football having Mourinho in the Champions League again. So.
Yeah, well,
that's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, if you have Mourinho in your team, you automatically make Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your problem?
All right. Okay. Just before we move on, I wanted to say one last thing about that. In terms of Europa League, it has been announced that all Russian teams are banned from European competitions. So there will be some.
What if they're now based in Ukraine though?
So bad.
Oh my god.
So good.
Well, so
it's
kind of good. So there might be some free slots in Europa League.
Surely it would be the other way around. Like Ukrainian clubs should be banned because they're now based in Russia.
Oh yes. Okay. Well, Putin's getting pretty close to Shakhtar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all of Shakhtar's players are probably on the front line.
Well, yeah, they've all gone home to Brazil anyway.
So they can't all play up front. Okay. Okay. I should have let you do that one. That was good.
The best firepower that Ukraine's army have is the front line for Donetsk.
None of whom are Ukrainian. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good.
All right. So moving on, last thing to talk about is just some transfers. I've seen a few that have been announced so far. I saw today that Fraser Forster has completed a medical for Spurs, so it's looking like
crazy, right?
Good move.
So second choice goalkeeper for us.
Forster's a good goalkeeper, man.
That's a good second choice.
Absolutely.
It's more about the homegrown English or British players.
Totally. Good one to have, man.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So we're losing Gillini.
Oh, Golini.
He was only online.
Oh, okay, I see.
So he's going home, and that's where Forster comes in.
Right.
Good man.
Good move. And another one I've seen confirmed is Kamara has transferred to Aston Villa.
From Marseille.
Yeah. So defender, holding midfielder / centre back. Tipped to be very good. Manchester United was sniffing around for a bit too, but
so not that good, but okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so decent signing. I think great for Villa. I mean, they've made a lot of good signings. To be honest, they're actually doing quite well under Stevie G. So then okay, some speculation. One of them was Sadio Mane. Just in an interview just the other day, he was asked like, what are your plans? Like, would you consider moving? And he said he said he wasn't sure. He said that he said I will decide after the Champions League final. What do you
I
think
think
about
that's
that?
just him sort of deflecting like a question before a big game. You know, like it's like I'm not done. I'm just fuck off.
Possibly, but don't you think like a better deflection would just be I'm staying,
No,
even if it's
just
a
straight
lie?
up no.
Yeah, it's just no.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean also he could play anywhere, man. It's and they've Liverpool's won everything. It
yeah. Where do you see him going if it's not if he's not staying at Liverpool?
yeah, I suppose Real Madrid or well,
Did he?
well that's it. If
Yeah.
if Real Madrid wins the Champions League final, he'll transfer there.
Oh,
100%.
imagine if he scores like a hat trick against Madrid.
Hmm.
We lose 4-3, and he goes to Madrid.
And
Yeah, no, it's the Lewandowski. It's the Lewandowski effect. You lose the
Oh no!
Champions League final and then you follow it.
hmm. Well, that's another
Oh
option.
no!
I mean, yeah, Bayern Munich is another option, and also Barcelona, because Ousmane Dembele is done as well. He's at end of contract.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Look, I'd love to keep Mane, but at the end of the day, he's it's a footballer,
hmm.
and he can be replaced.
Mhm.
He's very very good, but he can be replaced.
The squad's in a healthy position too, so it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, but
Okay, who do you want to replace Mane then?
um,
If not starting spot in the squad,
Darwin
you
Nunes.
obviously have to bring him. Okay, easy.
Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah,
answers that.
yeah, decent, or someone like you think like Kingsley Coman or something, or
Yeah, I think
Dybala.
I'd take
Um,
good suggestion. I'd take a number 9, and then the other players we have in the squad,
Hmm.
they
yeah,
can
Yeah,
push out.
Jota and Luis Diaz. We have
Javi
you know
Elliott.
we
Yeah, hmm.
yeah
Voters.
that's it. Yeah.
True. Yeah, good point. Okay, so next I have two is Gabriel Jesus. So it's looking like he is probably out. It was looking like it was going to be Arsenal, but
I'll
since
take him.
yeah, well that's it. He has also been linked to Spurs and since Arsenal didn't get Champions League, it's probably more likely. And
100% will take him.
that's mainly because City has two strikers arriving. Haaland, of course, and also Julian Alvarez, who signed in January but was stayed in Argentina or whatever until now. They just won the league, or they won whatever they're in as well, and so he's going to arrive at City soon. So very possible Gabriel Jesus could be pushed out. Yeah, might as well snap him up.
Look, I mean, I know that money and like wages is no issue to City, but yeah, it's probably about time. I think for him, if he wants to be playing week in week out and he wants to play in a Champions League team, Spurs probably suits pretty well.
Yeah, and the fact that he can play across that front line too helps.
Yep, he's proved
Yeah.
himself
So
as a winger now.
yeah, well,
Versatile.
yeah. When you think about it, Son plays that same role. He plays up front or out wide. So
Yep.
and Kane can drop into a hole. So you're not necessarily taking Kane out of the squad to replace him with Jesus. You're both of them. So
It could work. Yeah, I mean,
Jesus is very much a team player too. So
yes.
it could work. And
Yeah,
there's definitely something there that Conte could get out of him. Even if it meant Kulishevsky moved back to the wing back slot and Jesus played on that right wing.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad move. So I'm saying yes because we need squad girth, and he is a squad girth player.
Yep. That
He,
totally
he
makes sense.
improves your squad. Him in your game day 23 or whatever improves it. So
Yep. Okay. And lastly, there is the Man U exodus. We as many as 10 players could be leaving. The
in the
ones that
bin. It could be in the bin.
the ones that are confirmed are Cavani, Matic, Phil Jones, Lingard, Grant, Mata. Yeah, Mata is probably going to go too. I think Pereira is going to be done as well. He's out on loan anyway. Bailly's been told to leave and wants to leave too. And I'm pretty sure Pogba has signed a Juventus contract. I don't know if it's quite confirmed yet, but that's looking like what's going to happen. And I did read that Wan-Bissaka was axed too, but now I'm not too sure again. It looks like it's kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Lingard to West Ham is the offer that I've seen, and I don't know, that's kind of cool. This seems like a good fit to me. I feel like he
Well, most of these are off contract, right? So
yeah,
like they're definitely going. Just where they're going to is not positive. But yeah, Lingard to West Ham is a very nice continuation of what happened last season.
Yes, yeah, I'd like to see that. That seems fair. The ones that aren't out of contract are Wan-Bissaka, Henderson, Bailly, and Martial is another question mark too, because Sevilla they just said, nah, we don't want him. It was a loan.
How did he do it? Not very well.
Not very well, no.
Well, he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
If he can sort it all out, there's no reason why he can't stay and provide something to Man United. But
yeah, that's the thing. Ten Hag is maybe it happens all the time. We see a new coach comes in and players are back to their old ways or whatever and so on. And he's still very young. He's only 26 or whatever. So
it's definitely could revitalize himself with a new coach.
Yeah. So then, but that's the thing. If there's as many as 10 players leaving, God, it probably could do with quite a few signings as well. And the latest I've seen is we put in a 55 million bid for Milinkovic-Savic to replace Pogba, of course.
That would be Milinkovic-Savic.
Yeah, and it would make sense because Lazio have only qualified for Europa League anyway, so it's not like he's not giving up a Champions League spot to come to us. So
yeah, that's right.
Seems like a decent move. And the other one I've seen is it would sort of depend if what happens with Wan-Bissaka, but we may get Serginho Dest.
A very good signing. He's an interesting player, and Barcelona still need to offload wages.
Well, that's why Frankie De Jong was originally thought, but we'll see. We're also going to have Van der Beek back, and Van der Beek. So Ten Hag is confident that he'll get a lot more out of him. He knows how to use him properly. So that's kind of like getting a new player almost.
You still need a holding midfielder, though, don't you?
100%. And obviously, we want someone like Declan Rice, but it looks like that's not going to happen now too.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay.
It's hard.
Not by his choice. I think West Ham are just going to block everything.
Yeah, it seems like a problem because there doesn't seem to be too many holding midfielders available, and the two English ones that we were after both said no. So, rip.
Lucky.
What about the Brighton guy?
You mean Caicedo? Or
yeah. Is it Basuma?
Oh, you mean Yves Basuma?
Oh, Yves Basuma. Yeah, sure. Good point.
Good player, not a holding midfielder.
He's more of a box to box, I think. But he does have he can defend, but not strictly holding midfield. Good player though.
Tielemans, not a holding midfielder.
Nah, Tielemans too far forward.
And Didi,
Yep.
Player.
he didn't have a great season this season, but
Indeed, he's a very good player. Actually, that's a really good shout.
Yes, indeed.
he had a rough season though. He didn't play that well.
That's okay though. You know.
But
Yeah.
neither did most of our lead side. So let's be honest. Also, just on your Man U Exodus, only looking at that list, the only one I would want at Spurs would be Phil Jones.
Right. Okay. Well, as a
Thanks for that.
as a coach.
Cheerleader.
No, as a squad player.
Dinner lady.
Come on. I mean, he had that one good game, but
Moral support.
No, he'd be fine. Yeah, he can. Yeah, when you look at our backline, we don't have that many other options. I think somebody like him would be. He could do a job.
he's
dinner lady.
yours.
Okay, I'll take him. me and Mr. Jones.
Jones for nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, that yeah. You guys hear of any other transfers or anything like that?
I heard of one notable guy who didn't make a transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of this guy? Just plays for this small team in Paris. His name's Kylian Mbappe, I think. Is how you say that?
That's right. I've heard there's a lot of
Actually,
controversy.
the V is pronounced as the M is pronounced as a V. It's Kylian Vape.
Oh yeah. Well, so from what I heard, he had actually agreed the Real Madrid contract.
Well, like verbally, yeah.
Well, no, I think it may have even been a higher level than that because La Liga is now taking PSG to court over it.
Wow.
Yeah. I just read this just before we went live. Yeah. So it's because basically now the amount that he had to re-sign for, because it was a massive pay rise on top of what he was already on, he basically breaches financial fair play alone. So it's
look, if I understand the deal correctly, he's now PSG captain, coach, director of football, and he is the club. Everyone has to sign through him.
Yeah, so that's a whole pile of controversy.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
But the rumor has it too is he only re-signed to hike up the transfer fee as well.
And apparently he is also backed to keep Pochettino at the club for another season.
Yeah, because he likes him.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So there is talk that's where the Guardiola rumors come in. Guardiola has a year left on his contract too.
I see.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's the theory, but I still thought they would have gone with Zinedine, but hey, he might not want to do it again. So
yeah,
we'll see. Watch the space, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see in a year.
Yeah, when they win a nothing league and get knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League again.
Yeah,
like that.
Of course. All right. So I think that's all. Yeah, that wraps up the sort of transfer section. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
I've got something quite mental for you. Are you how familiar are you guys with the Bulgarian First Division?
Not particularly. Yeah.
First Division
of football.
I don't know they had one of those.
Oh.
Well, you know about Bulgaria?
No, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was Russia.
Okay. Fair.
Like if it wasn't for Eurovision, I wouldn't have heard of them.
Okay. Well, this is country in Eurovision that has a football league, Bulgaria, and one of the teams battling it out to avoid relegation has a penalty in the last couple of minutes. the regular penalty taker sort of steps up, and just as he's about to take the kick, the owner of the club rushes onto the pitch and demands that a different player takes it. And everyone looks confused and horrified and sick. The player who he demanded takes the penalty, missed, and they got relegated.
You're kidding.
Oh, I love that.
What?
Love that.
That's absurd. What the fuck?
The penalty should be reversed to the other team for the guy running onto the pitch.
The owner should have to take the penalty.
Yes.
It couldn't have gone any worse.
Yourself wants to miss the penalty. Yeah.
Imagine getting your own club relegated like that.
Yeah, literally.
That's so bad. That's crazy.
It's beautiful. It's all on YouTube. You can find it easily.
Oh my god, I have to look that one up. All right, okay. Anything else? Is that it?
That's it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, all right, we'll wrap it there then. Thanks for tuning into the Football Friends podcast for another week. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.
And tell your mum.